Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's segment, I will be talking about Shenron, Super Shenron, the deck that many individuals are posting a lot of content about. Many individuals are complaining in the community. This to me is an actual problem, but not so much the deck. The problem is the mindset that a lot of people in the community have. Especially the YouTubers and other content creators, the ones that have Patreons that are basically saying, hey, we need Super Shenron ban, or we need Child's Wish ban, or we need Boma's ban, or I'm listening to a wide variety of cards that need to be banned, and I'm just mind boggled because I'm just like, wait a minute. So if we go based on actual facts and statistics, we can go based on all the previous events. What decks were in top cut? Let's see. The last tournament, we're going to go with the most recent, Dallas. What was the top 16 breakdown? Let me guess. Well, I can let you know that the majority of the top 16 breakdown were skillless decks in top cut. Not only that, but there were only 3 Shenron decks, Super Shenron decks in top cut with different variations being there. And the first one got eliminated in top 8 or top 16. Then the next one, which was Daehan, got eliminated in top 8, guaranteed. And then the one living, surviving Super Shenron deck was this guy right here. And it won. But why did it win? Let's kind of go based off of why. Was it just that the deck itself played itself and it was just like, all right, Anthony, I got you, man. I'm going to play right. I'm going to play better than all the other guys that were playing the deck, and I got you an auto win. No, guess what? It was this guy who actually won the event, not the deck. The deck is a tool that you use to try to use and utilize and win at events. Was it the deck that won, or was it Anthony Hernandez that won? Well, unfortunately, a lot of my haters and other individuals that may not like me, they would say, oh, it's Super Shenron, it's busted. But no, sadly, it was Anthony Hernandez. Had I decided to play a very competitive Broly deck or a competitive skillless deck, I could have still won the event. What was in the finals with me? A Broly deck. Was it a Super Shenron mirror match? No, it wasn't. And that's because there are many decks that can hurt this deck, especially when you're able to mainboard natural answers against it. Broly is a natural predator over the deck because it can kill off a lot of battle cards. Have you seen any recent PPG events? Well, if you have, you would actually see Justin Rios going against a Super Shenron deck, and Justin Rios, quote unquote, pushed his shit in. He won, and it was a clear-cut win. Did the Super Shenron player, if the Super Shenron player would have played perfectly, maybe Justin would have lost. But because Justin is a superior player, he ended up winning. And this is all I'm going to give you guys, and this is the main focus of this video. Get good, stop complaining. If you play more, you will get better. I don't want to see this game get to a path where we're just banning so many cards as it is. Cell Chain, I know a lot of individuals wanted it gone. Well, Cell Chain would have checked a lot of different decks in the format, especially decks like Skillless, which amass 10 plus cards like no problem. It would have been able to destroy Super Shenron. Oh, bro, you want to keep 10 plus cards in hand? Well, guess what? If you don't game me by 3, which I can stop you from gaming me by 3, I'm just going to scoop up your whole hand so you won't get value. Great. Build up that discard pile to take another turn. If you can even take another turn with only a few cards left in hand, that's not good, guys. Like, this is the thing. Like, when it comes down to the card game, you got to be more innovative. You got to play test and practice more. A lot of individuals are just complaining because they can't beat the deck because they don't even put in the work in it. And I'm really saddened to actually see the people in the community that should be guiding others that have good channels, have large Patreons, actually start talking about banning constantly because it doesn't make any sense. You guys, if you're going based on stats, the stats are not in your favor. If everyone decided to play Super Shenron, guess what? Super Shenron would win. If everyone decided to play Broly, Broly would win. This goes for any deck, okay? So the concept of one deck being so menacing when it was represented. There was 27 in the last one present, and guess what? Only one won, and the only 2 others joined in the top cut tables. And guess what? Where were the players? Daehan, a really terrific player that ended up making the top 6, top 8 with it, right? He made top 8, but it's Daehan, right? I know a lot of individuals are hardcore fans of that player. Well, guess what? He's an actually good player. So that's why the deck even made it to the top 8 slots. If it was some other random person picking up the deck, which you guys are misinforming, what's going to end up happening, guys and girls, if you decide to just pick up the deck, you are going to be it's going to be a huge rude awakening, because you're going to end up playing instead of crossing from other players that may be playing the same deck or other players playing different decks, and you will get scooped up. And you know why you will get scooped up is because you don't have the experience and you don't know how to play the deck. If you really enjoy the deck and you have been practicing with Super Shenron, play it. It's a good deck. It's one of the top decks. Whether you want to play Storm or Heightened Mastery, they're both very good, okay? I'm not saying that it's not a top deck. It's one of the top decks, but it's not the top deck. It's not the one that just flexes and bullies all the other decks. It's just not that kind of format. This is not the Mecha Frieza format, and this is not the SS3 format. If it was, I would be the first one to tell you guys, yes, unfortunately, that is the best leader, and unfortunately, that is the best deck overall. You can make the Storm variant or the Chain Attack Xeno variant, and boom. Have you guys been watching the Hill Twins live stream? If you haven't, well, you're doing something wrong. They've been playing multiple decks, and guess what? Super Shenron has been getting crushed by the skillless deck. Crushed. Eon has been dismantling the deck altogether. Both variants, the Heightened Mastery and the Storm variant. And you might want to know how. How so, Anthony? Well, you should watch their streams, catch up on some old matches that they played, and you would be able to see. But all this complaining, especially from the players that should be really good in the game or be up there, since you got like large Patreons, and I'm not targeting anyone in specific, but man, like, you're really misguiding everyone. If you're telling everyone to play Super Shenron, you're setting them up for failure, because they're going to need time and practice with that deck. That's not a deck that I throw on the table and it plays itself. It doesn't do that. If that was the case, all top 16 would have been Super Shenron. But it's frustrating to see that, because you're actually one of the reasons why the community is in a really big outrage, because you have influence and you're influencing them in a negative way. Stop it. Get good yourself so you can teach your other Patreons and teach your other fellow players how to get better in the game and how to play against the matchup. The matchup isn't that hard. If I want to play Super Shenron, I will, because that's the deck that I've been practicing with. If I want to play Skillless Goku, I will, because that's another deck I've been practicing with, and including Broly. They're all mostly really powerful in this format. So get good and stop complaining. Thank you for watching, and as always, this channel is all about you.